from chapter number 1, text number 11. अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागम् अवस्थितः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. Translation purport given by His Divine Guru Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: all of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Duryodhana, after praising the prowess of Bhishma, considered that others might think that they had been considered less important. So, in the usual diplomatic, actually, we read this sloka yesterday. He tried to adjust the situation in the above words. He emphasized that Bhishma Dev was undoubtedly the greatest hero, but he was an old man, so everyone must especially think of his protection from all sides. He might become engaged in the fight, and the enemy might take advantage of his full engagement on one side. Therefore, it was important that other heroes not leave their strategic positions and allow the enemy to break the phalanx. Duryodhana clearly felt that the victory of Kurus depended on the presence of Bhishma Dev. He was confident of the full support of Bhishmadev and Dronacharya in the battle because he well knew that he did not even speak a word when Arjuna's wife Draupadi and his helpless condition had appealed to them for justice while she was being forced to appear naked in presence of all the great generals in the assembly. Although he knew that the two generals had some sort of affection, he hoped that these generals would now completely give it up and as they had done during the gambling performance. Shloka number 12 also we completed. We'll read Shloka 13. तथा शङ्का च भैरश्च पनवानकगोमुख सहसैवाभिहन्यन्ता सशब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत्. Translation: there is no purport for this. After that, the conch shells, drum, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Sloka number 13. Okay. ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम्. हरे कृष्ण. When we actually see the situations and scenarios which are presented in this sloka, actually it shows how much we are bewildered in this world. Dronacharya, Duryodhana is actually expecting that Bhishmadev and Dronacharya, they don't go against him. That means he has no certainty that they will stand on his side. Why is that he doesn't have that certainty that the Bhishmadev and Dronacharya will stand on his side? Why? On the other side, if you see pure devotees, Prahlad Maharaj, when when he's facing a lot of difficulties from his father, He was not kind of bewildered through that situation. It's a difficult state. What is he doing is completely depending. But here Duryodhana is not depending because he didn't know where to go. So he's kind of expecting on the mercy of the other person. Dear devotee, this is kind of a difficult thing actually. For example, if our happiness is dependent on the other person's response, that means we'll be shattered in this world. That means, for example, if my progress in something might be in my work or something else, if I'm dependent on the other person, likewise, that means I'm completely dependent, just like in this situation. Duryodhana is dependent on these personalities. So what is his state? His state the moment if there is some change in their way or in their something, dear devotees. So this person is impacted through that. We see through those situations, right? For example, if a person doesn't study for college or for school, that means then he expects that the paper should be easy because he did not study. He studied only a few model papers. And through that model papers, whatever comes, he will just write. If those questions from those model paper will not come, then he will not write. It means what is he? He is dependent on that paper because he did not prepare well. He did not study. So what would be the consciousness for that? Bewildered consciousness. If we expect everything in our life to be like that, our life will be miserable actually. Please understand this. For example, if you are waiting on the mercy of someone, always, more materially, devotees they depend on Guru and Krishna. That is something, that is another plane. But materially, if a person is waiting on the other person doesn't respond, then what is happening? You'll be shattered. That means our consciousness will not be in the right state. That means we cannot experience what we have to experience in this world. That means our life is actually wasted. I've seen so many people telling, especially elderly personalities. When I talk to them, they say, my entire life is ruined because of this person. That so and so, my friend, I gave him so much, but he didn't call for his son's marriage. I don't like him anymore. That means what is happening? Our happiness is actually on the other person's. This is exactly Duryodhana's state. Even though he has so much, but still he is bewildered. Please understand. He has so much wealth, but still he wants to gain more. Why? Because that wealth is not giving him satisfaction. Even though he has kingdom, even though he has name, fame, but that is not giving him satisfaction because he wants more. See, if a person, Vamandev says this, when Bali Maharaj asks this question, why are you asking only 3 steps? You should ask more. I'll give you more. Why only 3 steps? Then Vamandev says, if I'm not satisfied what I have today, I will never be satisfied. This is the state of Brahmana. Whatever he has is satisfied. Then Bali Maharaj was so happy. One second, dude. So in that case, Bali Maharaj is very Bali Maharaj learned a beautiful, not Bali Maharaj, all of us, we learn a great lesson through that. Because yajjat atarade tattat eva tarojana. If I am not satisfied with what I have now, I will never be satisfied. That means a person should be happy with what we have. If it comes more, that's okay. We'll use in the service of the Lord. If it loses, that's also okay. But the person should be happy. For example, if you have 1 crore rupees today, be happy with that. If that diminishes, that's okay. If that increases, that's okay. What's the point? If you have more, you put it in the service of the. I'm just giving an example. The devotees, what is this? What this signifies is the world is actually looking happiness in that. See, Krishna did not invest happiness in that. He kept happiness through Guru, through the following of the instruction, through Shravana and Kirtan. He kept happiness in that. He told personally in Bhagavad Gita, it comes later, Janma Karma Chamedivam Evam Yovedu Tattvada. Tattva Deham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti. So Arjuna. That means the Lord is actually telling, if you come to this state, I'll be happy. If you understand me, I'll be happy. Now, a question will come. This entire world is looking happiness in so many ways. Just like Duryodhana is also looking happiness through this couple of shlokas. But why these personalities are not getting happiness? Now, an intelligent person will actually inquire this question. Yes, there is happiness. Everyone is telling there is happiness. Why am I not perceiving that happiness? Why am I feeling somewhat dejected in this world? Definitely, the Atma will look for happiness. But the Atma doesn't have that clarity right now, that where I will get happiness. That's our nature, to look for happiness. So it is trying, wandering. It is wandering through different bodies. This body, this time it got this kind of human body. Next time it will get another human body. After that, it will get another human body. The pious credits are there. If not, he will go to higher planets, become Devi Devata, or he will go to lower planets and suffer in the hellish planets. And then again come back. That means the Atma, through that state also the Atma is looking. Now, if I proclaim myself or somebody else through their name, actually that is okay for some identification, but technically we are not that. Who said we are that? For example, if a person is telling, though so and so Nil Govinda Das is not a good person, okay, he's telling whom? He's telling me. They don't know who I am. If they don't know who that I is, then to whom they are to whom they are putting, or to whom they are trying to put them down? Nobody. That means what is that? That is illusion. Trying to put down, that is also another illusion. Just like your Duryodhana is trying to figure out, trying to make up that wealth. Just like all the people of the banks, all the world banks, they wanted to buy more and more gold. Why? Some reasons. I don't know any of those reasons. They want to have more. They want to have more. For what? Atyahara prayashasa prajalpa niyamagraha. Through atyahara, what is happening? The normal people, they are affected. No, everyone has their own strategy. Just like it has been said that India is the fourth largest economy in the world right now. US, China, Germany, and then India. And then within a couple of years, India will go to third position because Germany is not doing great. But India is doing great. There's so many manufacturing, this, that, so many other things. The GDP is increasing. That means India will go to position 3. But if we actually see all this increasing, this is for what? No, a lot of people they'll say, oh, this is good. This is good. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, when Srila Prabhupada went him, Prabhupada told, now independence is required. Then immediately spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, no, more than independence, they should understand this Krishna consciousness. If they know what this Krishna consciousness is, that is the greatest benediction. Nothing else. Because Krishna consciousness is a source. That has to be addressed first. Because the Atma, when it comes to Krishna consciousness, it will stop its search. But if the Atma doesn't come to Krishna consciousness, it will wander so many ways. Even if it goes to Brahmajyoti, it will stay there for some time because it will get some, it is there's eternity, na? Brahman is what? Eternal. But through that eternity also, there is no happiness connected to it. So for that happiness, it again has to come down. That means, Lord, please try to see this, dear devotees. Lord is so merciful that He is giving various ways and various opportunities for the jiva to be satisfied. But the acharyas, they come and tell in one's life, no, 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 this is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. You turn to this side. Just like Vidura was telling Duryodhana also, please take up, please surrender to the Lord. He'll take care of everything. Why are you doing like this? Just give 5 villages. Krishna will be very pleased with you. Lord Ramachandra, when Ravana was about to be died, he was trying to give him a chance at that moment also. Please understand. He did not listen. Then he had to take that action. Dear devotees, Lord is giving chance to Ravana at that last moment. What he did, he took away his heart, Mother Sita. Still, he wanted to let go. At that last moment, if he would have surrendered to the Lord at that last moment, would have let go everything. This is the nature of the Father. To that loving nature, what is he doing? He's ready to let go. Ravana did not listen. Likewise, the false ego, which is there in the consciousness, that will not listen. That will not allow us to come to that plane or state, thinking that, oh, if I come to that state, what will happen? The so called happiness of this material world, which is the greatest happiness for the senses, it is the greatest happiness for the mind. Now, what? Now, where do that go? If I sleep well, that is the greatest happiness for me. I can sleep for 10 hours. Oh, Sunday, Saturday, let me sleep for 10 hours. It's the greatest joy for me. Mind will tell, the senses will tell, okay, let you have let to, please sleep more time. What is that happening? It is wasting your valuable human form of life. Dear devotee, remember a couple of weeks back we discussed, we just touched on it. What was that? 84 lakh species. Jiva, the Atma which is there, it will pass through 84 lakh species, and then finally, after 8,400,000 species, finally it receives the human form of life. And that human form of life, as it had so much connection in the past, using the senses in the way it wants to use, Krishna will give that independence in human form of life also. But the Vaishnavas, the Acharyas, they come and tell, no, no, no. You see, what are you doing? You've spent the life, millions of lifetimes before. But the problem is we only connected to our present situation only, our present scenario only. For example, child, she puts the hand on the floor and immediately puts the hand in the mouth. The germs will go in the mouth, right? Further, they get like diarrhea or vomiting or fever. What is happening for an action? They're getting a reaction. That means they did that action. They don't know. Out of ignorance, they don't know. But who is suffering? They are the one who is suffering. Right? For example, if a child doesn't know what is fire, he says, "Oh, this is red. Let me go and touch." What will happen? The finger will burn. Will the fire say, "Oh, this is a child. Nothing will happen." No, the finger will burn. That means who is the cause for whom? And then the moment the cause is a clear indication it is we, but the false ego which is there in the heart that will never accept. Just like Duryodhana is not accepting. Is not accepting. Why? Why is he not accepting? I should be the master. He is literally not accepting. Why is he not accepting? Why Duryodhana is not accepting here? And then why is he depending on the faith and mercy of the other persons? Because he is not dependent on the Lord. Dear devotees, if we depend on material nature, you know what does it mean by depending on material nature? By using the material energy. If we are using the material energy for our purpose, we are depending on the material nature. When we are using the material energy for our purpose, the material energy will shatter us. Just like Duryodhana doesn't want to give up the material energy. Dear what is this matter, this body, it came from this material matter, it will actually go into this matter. That means anything which is pertaining to this body, it should go into the matter only. Only the soul will go to the next body. The body will not go to the next body. The body has to be left. That means when we understand this body is like that, for example, a child, there is a small burn. We have seen in our life also, right? When we are children, and there is a small burn or a small cut. We tell to our dear ones, like our mother or father, you see, there is a small burn. I don't know when this will heal. That means the consciousness is completely in that. Whoever is coming, and then even if somebody looks on that, they will cry. Forget about speaking. They cry. Why? Because they don't know that they are not that. Likewise, when Srila Prabhupada, when he had a big accident, Prabhupada said, this body, it has to suffer. We have taken this body. It has to go through the difficulty. We can't do much. We have to go through that. We have to continue our services. Remember, I shared the message, right? A couple of days back in the group. The Prabhupada says that we do not have time. The devotee means he shouldn't have any time for any material propaganda, material agenda of this world. And he gave his personal example. You see, I left and right, I'm serving left and right. Do not have any free time. This is a mode. Why a person is actually working like that? Because there is an intense desire to please the other person. But here on the other side, Duryodhana is working for no one, he's working for himself. That is why he's in a distressed state. Please understand. This entire material world is working for themselves. You see, dear devotees, this fingers, right? A lot of people they've put this finger one ring, this finger one ring, this finger, this finger. Why? It's good luck fingers. They put different kind of stone. Why? Through that, what is happening? Good luck. Good luck means they will get more money. There is 9 stone ring also. Navaratna, nine ratnas, 9 diamonds ring. Why is that? Is they have that 9 diamonds so that this is good for them, so that they will have good health, so that they will have good wealth. Well, wealth will come. A lot of people would put sindoor on the forehead because it's good. If I do that, I'll get money. That means everyone is going. You see, Tirupati, Tirumala, Tirupati. I don't know how many of you been to Tirupati. I was going. I was going when I was a child. Not anymore. So with that, Tirumala, thousands of people will go. What do they ask? What do they ask? Give me money, give me money, give me money. It's a headache actually to the Lord. They give hair. Why? Because the hair will come again. That is one reason. If the hair doesn't come, will people give dear devotees the hair to the Lord? Let's say genetically the hair doesn't come if you give completely. Do they go and give it to the Lord? Nobody will give. Because if the hair is not there, then there is no, what is that? Beauty. My beauty is gone. No woman will watch me. The hair is not there, na. But genetically it will come back. That is why they go and then they offer a prayer. And then again on top of that, you give your hair. Again you ask a prayer. And then you put a donation in that, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees. And then you ask for 1 lakh rupees. You are asking, this is like more than stock market. Stock market, you put 10,000 rupees, you ask you, there is a chance of becoming 15,000 or there is a chance of becoming 5,000. But you are actually putting 100 rupees, And then you're asking 1 lakh. This is more than that actually. Lord will actually laugh. What is this? What's going on? Why I created this material world? To gain this? Lord is so displeased actually. Please understand this, dear. Is the Lord there for that? Is that the reason why Lord is on the top of the hill, 7 hills? Nobody will go and ask, my dear Lord, can I serve your pure devotee? My dear Lord, please give me an opportunity to serve your pure devotee because I know if your pure devotee is pleased, you are pleased. Nobody will ask that because nobody knows now. Ramanujacharya, when he actually went near Tirupati, the 7 hills, it's like Adishesh only. No, one hill. There is one set of hill on the top. That is Adishesh. That means he is literally seeing himself. He is Anantashesh. Anantashesh only came actually as Ramanujacharya. No, he is seeing Adishesh. He is coiled up. On top of that, there is Lord. The Lord sitting there. No, he couldn't walk his barefoot. He used his knees. He walked on his knees. This is devotion. They don't ask for many. They don't ask for money. They don't ask for this, that, so many other agendas of this world. They don't ask that. But here, why Duryodhana is unhappy? Why Duryodhana is distressed? Because of this. The devotees of whoever understands this, and then they lead the life as per the instructions of the acharyas, they will exactly see happiness in their life. If they don't understand, they don't lead the life, never ever blame Krishna consciousness. Please understand. I'm telling. Do not blame Krishna consciousness that Krishna consciousness doesn't work. Who said it doesn't work? Krishna consciousness works. If you do as per the acharyas what they are saying, it works. Never in the future, never ever blame that oh the process doesn't work. It doesn't work. And we shouldn't tell this to others also. What others? Oh, ये काम ही नहीं करता है Krishna consciousness. That means we are putting ourselves out of the agenda. We are actually putting others also who might come in the future, them also out of the agenda through our words. Lot of people, they have some understanding of ISKCON. How? Through regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. Lot of people know this. And then they couldn't follow that. They say that this is all nonsense. What is all this? This is all nonsense. This is not good. Oh, they have so many rules, regulations. He cannot do. He says that no, I cannot do this. Oh, every day you should eat prasad. I can eat sometimes outside also. What is the problem? What are all these indications? What are all this showing? What are all this proving again and again? Proving again and again that the Jiva wants to enjoy this world. Just like Duryodhana, he doesn't want to give up his property or dynasty. Just like the chief ministers, prime minister, after 5 years they want to come again. And they will invest so much money in that. Because they want to come again into, they want to lead the state, the chief minister, the prime minister of the country. They want to do. Well, there are good personalities. I'm not against anyone. They're good personalities, they can do. But what is happening? For their benefit, they're using another way. We see in the scriptures also, dear devotees. Indra, when people stopped doing Indra Puja, he was very furious, outraged. Then he showered rain, tumultuous rain. He's not understanding, "Arey, the Supreme Personality got it. He has no idea. Or that doesn't matter. Continuously I'll pour torrential rain. Because the Vrindavan Vasis, they have to suffer because they did not feed me. So much attached to that. No, it's a pastime, but there's a beautiful lesson to learn from it. Life is meant for that, dear devotees. Life is meant to understand our eternal position. When we know that, just like Arjuna, he will ask beautiful questions. Next, if you see here, Bhishmadev blowed the conch shell, not that he'll be victorious. Bhishmadev blowed the conch shell just to please Duryodhana. Because he knows this Baba is like isn't shattered. He has no happiness, he has no satisfaction. At least let me satisfy him. Anyhow, I know he will lose. At least let me satisfy this moment. Let me give him some solace. This is the exact way Lord is giving happiness in this world to all the jivas. Even though the jiva doesn't aspire to come to him. The so-called happiness of this world. This is exactly Krishna is doing in everyone's life actually. Even though the jiva doesn't want to come to him, still Lord, you take this, you take this, you take the wealth, you take this, you take opposite sex, you do this, you do that, you enjoy in whatever way you want. Krishna is actually because Krishna knows if the jiva doesn't get this, he will become mad. For example, if a person doesn't sleep for 10 days, do you think he will exist? He'll become madman. So Lord mercifully is giving an opportunity for him to sleep. Sleep, Baba. Sleep. Because this body, na, his body will be shattered if person doesn't sleep for 10 days. It's a Lord's mercy. That's like Bhishmadev, he gave the mercy to Duryodhana. This is the intense. A lot of people will say, oh, why Bhishmadev is blowing the conch shell? Oh, why is he doing like this? Oh, why is he on the Kaurava side? He should be on the Pandava side. Just like knowing that this person is knowing everything about Bhishmadev. Not knowing anything about the heart of that person, one should not actually speak a word. Shouldn't speak a word. Because if we don't know about that person, how can we speak? Only through illusion one person will speak. See, putting the other person down is illusion only actually. Why? What is the reason of putting the other person down? We have no idea what is that person going on. What is he? From where he came? That's like Duryodhana. Duryodhana's heart, Bhishmadev knows. That's why Bhishmadev is blowing the conch. He's not telling, oh Duryodhana. He's not putting him down. He's not depressing him at that moment itself, stating that, oh Duryodhana, oh why are you coming like this? Anyhow, you lose the war. Do you ever see a parent telling to their child like that? Parent knows that child doesn't study. Does the parent tell the child that even though you study, you'll fail? Will they put them down like that? If they really love that child, they will not put them down like that. They'll actually encourage them. That's exactly encouragement which Bhishmadev is doing to Duryodhana. Not that Duryodhana is on, not that Bhishmadev is on the side of Duryodhana. Hare Krishna. It's important to understand those details, those minute details. You need to understand. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to West, a lot of people, his actual godbrothers were telling, they were actually mocking him. Oh, why this person is going to the West? Why so-called people, so-called Americans, they know nothing. He's making Brahmanas. He's making them Brahmanas. What is this? A lot of people, they revolted what Srila Prabhupada did initially. But Srila Prabhupada was calm because he knows why he is doing it to establish this organization. If Srila Prabhupada would have reacted, things would have been different. Srila Prabhupada knows. That's why Acharya, Vaishnava Acharya, they know everything. They know their heart because Krishna is sitting in their heart now. They know everything. Actually, whatever they do, it is correct. Their devotees, whatever they do is correct. That means whatever they speak, is that not right? It is exactly right. That's why whoever follows those teachings exactly as per their guidelines, they will actually relish the science of Krishna consciousness. That means he will never be depressed, just like Duryodhana. Duryodhana is shattered actually. But a pure devotee, he is always Atma, he is blissful. Because what is he doing? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantaschadidavrita noischentashnamam bhakta nitya yukta upasana. Are, he is my devotee always. Satatam is always glorifying me. Kirtayanto mam, always glorifying. Because that is his nature. That is the nature of these acharyas, pure souls. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. One should actually learn the science of Gita through how Arjuna is perceived. The progress of the sadhakas depends on his attitude, depends on the progress in Krishna consciousness, depends on the attitude of the follower. This is what Srila Prabhupada says in Nectar of Instruction in the preface. That means if the attitude is right, then he will do great. But if the attitude is not right, he will not do. That means even if you go to Tirupati and then ask the Lord, my dear Lord, please give me 1 lakh rupees. See, I kept 5,000 rupees in this. Please convert that 5,000 to 1 lakh. Because he's thinking that it's like, it's like that Mataji who heard in the lecture that if you call the Lord helplessly, the Lord will come. And then she called him, and the Lord really came. Govinda really came. You know why she called him? Because she couldn't put that basket on her head. And then she said, my dear Lord, put the basket on my head. This is exactly like that. Going and asking Lord the material benefits is exactly like this. Putting the basket on the head. That means through the material desires, through the material benefits, what are we doing? More karmic reactions. That means more time will be here only. Very important. So if you do not pay your home loans correctly, let's say your home loan is for 5 years, for 10 years, you're not paying the bills correctly. What happens? They will put fine. And then what also happens? Your principal is also increase or whatever interest, they increase that more because you're not paying the fines and it goes to the collection. And then they will have another thing. They will also call us. Oh, so many things will happen. Your credit history will be reduced. So many things. Because what are we doing? We are not following. Simply on a material plane, we see this. What to speak on spirituality? This is the core reason why Duryodhana is not happy, even though he has everything. But on the other side, Pandavas, they do not have anything, but they are happy. Because why? They have Krishna in their life. They have pure devotees in their life. This is a core difference. This difference we need to address. We need to ask. We need to think, perceive more and more. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here because I have a hard stop today. I have to go for another service. Thank you. Anyone would like to add for a few minutes? I'll wind off in 5 minutes. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to
Krishna
share? Yes,
ji,
Amma.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhuji.
Amma, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, so as you said, this that when we use the material energy to enjoy, right? That way will when we use the material energy, that time we are entangled with the material nature, right, Prabhuji? Correct.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
yes, exactly. In every enjoyment, there's a seed of suffering imbibed in it. Exactly, that is what is happening. We I see through example also. Now, Hiranyakashipu wanted to control the entire material energy. Can he control? He cannot. Because he wants to become Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasa. That is his intention. He knows Bhagavad Gita, but he wants to take that position. That Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasa is not Krishna. He wants to become that. Now, Krishna is the source of that material energy. He has to enjoy. It's his. Everything is his. But the Jiva, what happens is he tries to enjoy because through his insecurities, through his habits, habituated. Because this is not that we born recently. Oh, the parents will see the children. Oh, my child is born. अरे क्या born? Oh, इधर ही है. Birth after birth, इधर ही है. What is this newborn? They say my first birthday. It's all illusion. They don't know. It's not that I'm putting them down. They don't know. They don't know that. They don't know that this is what is happening. They say that, oh, my child is born. He is my blood. What is my blood? Now your blood is also Krishna's blood only. Krishna only gave. Krishna says, I am the source. I am the seed giving father. If Krishna is proclaiming that I am the seed giving father, then from where we came from that? It's through the Lord's energy. We've been coming. That means everything belongs to Him. But the problem is we don't understand or realize that. We think that whatever we are seeing, that is what we are. And then through that we want to enjoy. Because Jiva has to stay somewhere. That is the reason why Lord has created this creation. Because He created the Atma and He has created the properties of the soul. And if the soul stays in the spiritual world, it will give complete happiness to the Lord. But if the soul forgets that, it will enjoy because it will take the position of the Lord and then try to enjoy whatever he sees. Now, through that enjoyment, he will again get reactions, reaction after reaction, just like Duryodhana is getting now. Now, he wanted to have the dynasty. If the Lord gives, then that's okay. He will do as a service of the Lord. But he wants to have independent of the Lord. Now, a person, when he aspires something independent of the Lord, that is where the material nature comes and sits. It will not leave us. It will come and sit. And then it will make us the controller. And then through that controllership, we do so many karya activities. And for those activities, we get reactions. Through which one's family relationship is problem, through which they devotees. Those are actually, we are not that actually. Please understand. I remember my spiritual master telling, keep all those things aside. You have kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, sir, keep aside. Just here. And just try to follow. Do the services. We should be engaged in such a way that we shouldn't even think that there is kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, sir. That deep we should be engaged. Ah, this is a great consciousness. That means the sadhaka is not worried about his anarthas, but what is he doing? He's actually engaged in the service of the spiritual master. That is giving bliss. When the sadhaka is not doing in that state, what happens? He's not happy in the heart. When he's not happy, what happens? He gives frustration to others. This is exactly what is happening. That's why people who come to Krishna consciousness, they get bewildered. Why? Because they hear all of these things. They don't know how to follow. And then they get bewildered. And then they say that, oh, काम ही नहीं कर रहा है Krishna consciousness. I'm chanting also, but it's not working. When you follow as per the Acharya, definitely it will work. Why it will not work? Definitely it will work. Krishna Prasad, definitely it will work. You get so much attached to Krishna Prasad. You'll be so much attached to Krishna Katha. You'll be so much attached to Krishna chanting, the chanting of the holy names. You'll be so much attached to his services. What's more? और क्या चाहिए? Through that attachment, na, the faith is increased. Then you'll not leave the process. That's why you should catch hold that kind of that personalities who are doing in that way and then who are aspiring for that. Because through that doing, through that aspiration, we also get that doing, we also get that aspiration. This is called as Avarahopanta, deductive knowledge. Now, I never proclaim that this is all mine because this is given to me. I know clearly who gave this to me. I know at every moment I remember him because he gave me. The moment I forget, everything is gone. I know this. The secret, actually. I'm telling you. I know, I'll repeat this again and then I'll come. I know who gave this. I know whom I should serve. The moment I forget this, everything, whatever this thing is there, everything is removed. Because what happens at that moment, I'll be kept in the external energy of the Lord. Through that keeping in the external energy of the Lord, it's all been wiped off. It's like erased everything. Just like the joy, just like Jiva, when he came from the spiritual world to this material world, everything is wiped off. No, we don't remember what relationship we have with Krishna because it's wiped off. That's what exactly will happen if we forget from where we came. So it's very, very deep science. Krishna is very practical actually. You do this in this way, dear devotees. You'll relish. Why you'll not relish? You tell me. You'll relish actually. You'll taste the Krishna consciousness nicely. But you should do. You should follow. That's why daily hearing and understanding is very important. We should follow. We should write our reflections, what reflections we are getting. We should share. Oh, probably this is what I felt through the discussion. This is what I implemented. This is what I got the realization or reflection. So it's a practical give and take. Dadati pratiginnati guhyamakyati prachati. This has to be established. This has to be established. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. 2 minutes. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, I know you have another service. I have a question which if you can help in the next class or later.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put the question in my message?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll do that. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Srila Shru, Dishta Rupa.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and